How we sound? Sound good? We sound on? Do we got any duplicates going? We got any duplicate sound? How does sound? Sound. What is going on, my people? Wonderful Sunday. I hope everybody tuning in is having a great Sunday, just like I am. Okay, shout out to everybody out there. Yo, and let me just go ahead and check you guys out, YouTube and Facebook. Shout out to y'all. Okay, I'm getting y'all pulled up now. I'm just coming in here. Okay, I got things written out here, but you gotta excuse me. Okay, I got a life. I'm doing things. I come here and now it's your time. I see you. Oh, Kyle, I see. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Very clear. All right, Thailand, I see you. Now let me go ahead and go over because I do got Facebook and I'm gonna share out on there in a moment. Let me go ahead and do that now. But anyways, man, it was my brother's birthday yesterday, the big 4-0. So shout out to Big Broski hitting 40. It's always nice to make 40. And you guys see the topics, man. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna turn up. I got a little bit left. My spicy cup, I started a little early today, so I apologize. Okay. Apologize. It was extra spicy. I couldn't wait. It was just so much to talk about. So anyways, my brother had a wonderful celebration. He got his gift, gave him his gift. So, bro, you do your thing. All right, big 4-0. I'm going to be there too, okay? And I'm still going to be looking sexy when I get there, okay? Facebook, I see you. I got you pulled up now. That's all I need to do, okay? Just get you pulled up, Facebook. Now I feel like I'm ready. Time to turn up, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. I want to make sure I ain't got no sound. Okay, because I felt like I had a little sound going on the phone, okay? But, yo, so y'all see what the topic is about today. And the reason I got to talk about it, because it's just getting too intense everywhere, okay? Everywhere you turn around with what's going on, it is already happening in front of your eyes. You guys know it. I know it. I see it. You see it. Nothing needs to be talked about there. But it's starting to get to the point for me where I'm in the gaming lane and I'm constantly, excuse me, because I felt like the double cup hit me hard, but I'm constantly hearing about politics and video games. And it's something that I know all you guys have heard about, all you guys have dealt with. So we're going to speak about that. That's something we're going to talk in depth about today. And I feel like it's needed because with all the talk going on, you got some people over here who say, you know what, I hate that they throw these theories in video games. And you got these people over here who say, put them in there. Where do you land? Do you mind having politics in your video games? Now, we're going to talk about that. But first, there is something I want to get into before we dive right in, guys. Once we dive into there, I'm going to go ham, okay? Because I got a lot to say about politics and video games, and this is coming from somebody who's an old school gamer. So you know what that means? That means that I was there at a time when Grand Theft Auto was being pulled off the shelves because of the sex scene. Or I believe you was having sex in the car with the women. Okay, I remember that. I remember it being pulled off the shelves. I think it was Beavis and Butthead. Some kid was watching that and did something from that, and they actually questioned Beavis and Butthead cartoons. It seems like everything that hits political at a time can be easily blamed on media. Now, I'm kind of media, all right? So I'm not down for any censorship at all for media. I just want to put that out there. And whether I believe something, whether I like it, whether I hate it, it has its right to be voiced and be out there. That is something that I've always believed in. So I don't want to be silenced, okay? Nintendo taking down my videos. How do you think I feel? How do you think I feel? I feel good about that, okay? So we're going to dive into that, but I'm going to tell you guys one thing I want to talk about, because this is a subject that was brought up amongst my peers. We talked about it, had a couple laughs, had a couple jokes, but you ever get one of those super futuristic things that you guys just watch as a group and you see and you go, whoa, buddy, it's not going to work, okay? We've actually had that, and I had such a hard discussion about this that I actually took notes, okay? I took notes on it. There was actually, for me, just want to give you the idea before I play this video clip, because once I play this video clip, I want you guys to tune in and listen close to the video clip and just watch. I don't even think you had to listen. I believe it has no sound, so I just kind of go through, but it's 1 minute, very quick, and you're going to see what I see, okay? But I'm just going to give you my play-by-play when I first watched it. I watched the video, and I said, this got to be the dumbest idea ever. And after about 10 minutes of being with my boys, talking about it, I was almost convinced it might be a good idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip screens here, guys. Now, sometimes the sound could be a bit loud, so please let me know if the sound is a bit loud. You know, got different videos here. I'm not even sure. I believe it's this one here. You know, I got a bunch of, you know, stuff laid out we're going to talk about. But so here we go. It's just Family Mart and Teleexistence, okay? And Family Mart is actually, I got some notes here about Family Mart. It is Japan's second largest convenience store chain behind 7-Eleven, which 7-Eleven is also the most popular one here. But as you see, so guy puts on his headset, you know, just like VR. It's like anything else. Everybody has sat here and played VR. I'm not sure if that's Oculus. I don't have one. I have a Windows mixed reality, excuse me, headset. So I don't know. You got this thing waving at you, okay? So I just gotta give a little bit of silence. Just look at this, okay? Bam. So he sets it down. All right, now see, as I'm watching this, the first thing I thought was, okay, we're making progress, right? You know, so we got more. It's just. So right now, I felt like we've almost taken 30 seconds, and my man just set down 2 drinks, okay? I just want to let you know. But this is weird to me, okay? Just even to talk about now that I got more information on it, and but as you see here, this thing that looks like a Pokemon mixed with Sonic the Black Hog, it's something crazy. I don't know what it is, but as you see, it's on the table. Okay, I'm not sure if the table's electronic, but it picks up each one of these items, and the guy's at home. He's sitting down, and he actually is clicking the button. He's picking them up, and he's taking it, and he's setting them down. Okay, simple. Very simple. As you see, he waves bye-bye. Now, he's waving to the people, actually, as you see on the screen. Now, I'm going to go back to me big, because I got to give something. Now, you guys have seen that quick video, right? Y'all thinking what I'm thinking. What the hell did I just watch? What the hell is that? If I walk into a store and see that, I'm not, okay, you're not. What if that thing wigs out and gives me a right across the face? My head is going. It's not like a regular punch. That joke is taking my head off. But nonetheless, okay, let's go ahead and talk about it. So I laughed. I showed this off. I said, this is, wow, they're too far ahead of their time. They need to slow their roll, okay? So then I looked up more about Family Mart, and I looked up Teleexistence. So I didn't know nothing about Teleexistence. So Family Mart, again, is the second largest convenience chain in Japan. Am I correct on that? Okay. In Japan, has 24,574 stores worldwide. They're in a lot of other places, believe it or not. Very popular store. Very popular convenience. Okay, because they have everything. I looked at the website. You guys can check that out on your own time, but they got everything on the website, okay? But Teleexistence was something different. When I looked up Teleexistence, let me just read what the definition of Teleexistence came out to when I looked it up. You may look it up, you may see something different, but this is what I got. Now, let me clear this. Teleexistence is fundamentally a concept name for general technology that enables a human being to have a real-time sensation of being at a place other than where he or she actually exists, and being able to interact with the remote environment, whether it be real, virtual, or both. Now, you guys know, I told you, I was already sipping a double cup. And then if you go outside and you do your thing, you already know when you come back. Your mind's blown. You deep dive. So I'm deep diving, man. I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. So how far does it go? So this is something that has been tested way back. They got evidence as far as back as 1980s. Okay, these folks is really trying to do this. They really want to have the ability to say, you as a human being can feel like you are actually in another place. but you're actually where you are, but you're feeling the existence of somewhere far away, whether it be real or virtual. So which means you can also put virtual objects in there that you could actually see through there. That it's mind blowing. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna go even deeper. So we were talking about pros and cons. Now, I got all the cons in the world about it. First off, it's super slow. Can we talk about that? Okay, but I'm gonna go back and forth. I ain't gonna just do it dirty like that. Okay, because I see y'all know how I am. We're going to get to the politics. If you're just tuning in, we are going to get to talking about the politics in gaming. We definitely got to talk about it. But right now, I don't know if you've seen the video, but if you guys watching, you've seen that video. That robot takes about 5 minutes to put down I don't know how many drink cans. Okay, now, so the first thing I'm thinking is, okay, a con, very slow. You can get a guy who's right there who can pick up 5 and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam, you're done. Versus a guy sitting at home, gets up, goes to his computer. He double clicks. He then logs into his VPN. Then after he logs into his VPN, he then has to check his equipment. He goes, okay, everything's working. Then he has to pick which site he's logging into. So he logs in and he goes, okay, I'm in here. Okay, I'm ready to work. I'm ready to start moving some cans. By that time, my man done already loaded a whole shelf. Okay? So that's one thing. But then, I got my boys and see they calling me on the other end. You got to stop. You got to stop. Okay? I'm on a live. Respect me. Respect me. Okay? But anyway, so one of the pros, I must say, no commute. Now, a lot of people dealing with COVID, you might have jobs where you're fortunate enough to be able to actually work from home and have no commute, but there's people who now have to drive back to work and they now have to use their gas. So I understand having no commute. Just imagine if you have to drive 1 or 2 hours a day, like many people have to do, and then you don't have to drive anymore. So all that gas money saved, and these people keep calling. They're just persistent. All right, I gotta mute them. Okay, so regardless, you got all this different, like things you could be paying for right now with everything that's going on, but you don't have to pay for gas. Imagine how much you save per month if you spend $200 on gas. $200 on gas right now saved in your pocket is a lot. Okay, so this is amazing. You can be working from home now. Okay, you can be working from home, chilling. You can get up. You ain't even got to drive. You now can clock into work and load up. Okay, that's a pro. So now let's get to the cons again. Possible accident or cleanup. What the hell do you do if you drop something? What do? The man had 3 fingers. One mess up, or if you don't recognize the click, okay, it might drop. Now, some people might even say to it being slow, oh, it was the guy being slow. It was he could have been faster. But let me tell you something. If one click is misrepresented and he continues making movements, it can be damaging. Real damaging. So just think of the accidental cleanups, the mess ups. That machine was stationary. It was not like an actual foot robot that can get down and clean up messes and all that. It wasn't that. But the concept is there. So I feel that. But another one. So bam, done with that. Okay. So next one. Somebody brought this to me and I was like, yo, that's kind of dope. Switching locations. So imagine if you work for this convenience store. And like I mentioned, they got 24,574 stores worldwide. Family Mart, shout out to you. Okay? So you're at one of the stores, you're loading, bam, you're loading all there, you're done. But you're not done. You can simply go to another site. There's actually like no idle time in that. You could probably click them, bam, you're at the next one. So you're back to loading. So now thinking of that, whereas an employee might say, oh, I loaded up the whole store. Now you got somebody who can go ahead and load another store. Okay? That is pretty, I'm telling you, we was deep diving. This is no joke. So that's kind of mind blowing. So the next one, okay? You can have, this is a con, communication. How the hell do you talk to a robot that look like Sonic the Black Hedgehog? It's coming straight out to Pokemon. We seen it. That thing was vicious, scary. My daughter would be scared looking at it. I'm sure any kid would walk up to that thing and be scared as hell looking at that. Okay? That thing is scary. All right? So communication is terrible. You can't say, don't look at me. It keep looking at you. He waving at you like, hi. No, don't wave at me. Just go back to loading. I don't want to see you. You're a robot. You're not supposed to be real. You're a dude on the couch. You know, that's how you feel at the time. That's how you feel. All right. So now he brought me to another pro. So this is somebody else brought up. They brought up, hey man, I'm going to say this. You could actually charge less per hour. And that was almost the icing on the cake for me. Double cup, boys. Now, I'm a man that's thinking about an honesty. You pay an employee, you pay them, let's say, $10 an hour, right? Well, now you outsource to another country where now you can technically, by the US dollar, be paying them $2, $3 an hour, but you're saving an extra $7. And not only that, you can have one person work multiple sites. From a business mindset, for all those that are working retail, from all those that load the shelves, that kind of scared me for you guys. Okay, and I'm fortunate enough to be in the tech world and also be an entrepreneur. So I kind of jump around and do a lot of different things, but I do have a 9-to-5 too. So I don't never discredit anybody from having whatever they do to make their livelihood. Okay, that's not been me. But I will say that was kind of crazy just thinking about it. So charging less per hour is almost like a guaranteed win-win. No matter what. And I see y'all out there. I thank y'all for the comments, Joe. I do see it. We're going to get to it. So anyways, next one is internet going down. So what do you do if the internet goes down? Boom! All those workers that you have hired to do that labor are not there. Now you have to take the actual workers who are there and you have to have them start doing that, which takes away from their other job. So that is a big downside. Imagine the downtime if, and you know, I always like to think the worst. EMP, boom, oh my God, the EMP hit. And you know, you ain't got no power for 7 days, okay? Now, EMP didn't do that around here, but there was places that didn't have power for a couple days, and that wasn't no EMP. So just imagine that, okay? But regardless, you're down. So now you can't have any of these machines do any loading, especially if you have automated systems where things are made easier for them. It makes it harder for the human being. So now the human being has to go adjust and do it manually, which is almost like double work. Bad. Okay? But another pro, if you're contagious and you got COVID, your ass can still work. Yes, your COVID ass can still work. No disrespect to everybody, because COVID is something serious. You know, rest in peace to anybody who has passed or is suffering from COVID. But what I'm saying is you can still have a job. So you don't have to worry about being ill and being out of work and losing a job, which a lot of people are also having an issue with. You could still be able to keep your job. So in a COVID era, to me, that's a huge pro. So now y'all see where I'm going. You see where I'm going. Where these pros, we're starting to kind of like, I don't know about the cons though. Because now we can take people who are dealing with, even if it's possible symptoms of COVID, maybe you just need to quarantine for 4 to 5 days. You can now work remotely and do that. That is beautiful. You okay? So let's go ahead. So another thing, adjust to the store. You can't adjust to the store. Let's be honest. You can't adjust. If something changes in the store, you want to do something else, you want to move something, or you want to add a piece, the robot has to be made to adjust to the store. That's kind of different than just a normal worker who could say, okay, we added this extra shelf, now I can go up there and load it. This robot has to have adjustments made to it to be able to load this. So adjustments to the store, I think, would be kind of costly. I wouldn't say it'd be, huge, bad thing or nothing. But anyways, so let's say less idle time, which is something I mentioned here. I think I already talked about that, but it'd be less idle time. You'll be jumping from store to store. You don't get a break. You don't get a lunch. Maybe you just work 5 hours and then they shut you off. They, boop, the next one comes on. And just imagine the workers. So you don't have to worry about the workers really being late. They already logged in. It's just, boop, pull them in queue. Boop, boop, bam. There we go. Who's in queue next? Doop, doop. Just sit in queue. All you do is sit in queue and wait till your turn. You're going to be next up. Boop, boop. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. So another thing is hands are complicated. So that's one thing that I don't think that robot could ever be able to mimic in a long time. People don't understand when you grab things with your hands, the weight, the mass, the size, your hand and your brain is working to grab all of that. And that's one thing that robots struggle with, okay? So I don't think that's happening, all right? But it opens up jobs for disabled people. Think about that. Someone who can't walk now has the opportunity to be working at a job where they're actually standing, doing a job. Helps out disabled people. That's something I'm all for. Okay, so that's a huge thing. Like, yo, the pros and cons is crazy. But, you know, all in all, because I want to get straight to politics. We got to get to this politics. I want to, you know, we got time. You see, I'm already running. I told y'all I'm going ham today. Double cup boys. But last thing I'm going to say on this is that the end result to me when I was reading all this is, what the hell if robots get used for war? That's what it all come down to. I'm telling you, I was deep diving. What if it all just come down to war? You know what I'm saying? Everybody's hooked up to VRs. You just got a bunch of robots out there fighting, okay? I mean, they're trying to make it where, you know, what does it say here? That enables a human being to have a real-time sensation of being at a place other than where he or she actually exists. So this person really feels like they're at war. This is no joke. Okay, this is the real deal. Now, at any time, you know, you guys can call. I'm gonna try to jump you in there, but I definitely got to get to these politics. I know everybody's kind of waiting, and you know, the reason I wanted to pose this question, I got a double cup sip on this one. That one's extra spicy. But the reason I had to pose this question is, do you mind politics in gaming? Is because with everything going on right now, okay, with all the situations, all the different movements, I could say the movements. You guys know the movements. I do not want to further elaborate on the movements because we already know what the movements are, okay? So, speaking on that, do you guys mind if I was to tell you, you know what? In this game, I'm going to put BLM in it. Black Lives Matter. It's going to be in the game. Do you care? Do you mind? If that was a good game, and let's say Black Lives Matter was painted in not such a bad light, would you still like the game? See, for me, I'm one that I grew up, you know, it was very Eurocentric with games. Yes, Mario was white. You know, what's the guy from Punch-Out was white. Yes, they were white. I played with them. You know, to me, I knew what it was. I wasn't really dived right into it so deep. But now with games being able to use all these different tools, they can actually change narratives on the way people feel, just like movies do, okay? Documentaries do the same. So that's why I really want to speak on politics. Does it really matter to you guys? Do you mind if politics is in games? Hell, do you think politics is in games, or are we putting politics in games? Okay, so to further elaborate on this, I don't know if you guys know, but Ubisoft, okay, and I actually took some notes here. I'm going to read down just a couple things I got here, but Ubisoft, you guys know the company Ubisoft. Now, first off, before I go any further, Ubisoft, for the cause, has donated $100,000 to NAACP causes and also Black Lives Matter causes. So I'm going to start there because this is something that Ubisoft was, you know, had to apologize for. This was something that was very, I guess, deep. And I actually have the trailer. I'm going to play the trailer in a moment, okay? But I'm not just going to dive right into it right away. The reason being is because I want to actually speak on what I felt before I even read any of this. So I watched the trailer. Yes, I watched the trailer. Okay, let's turn this a little bit. Let's get me right. I watched the trailer, and when I originally watched it, I didn't have any clue about any of this. I did not feel any type of way. I did not catch anything. I didn't see any subliminals. Now, if I'm listening to a rap track, a hip hop track, I'm catching all the disses, the subliminals to who dissed who, you know, and all. But this was something that just went over my head. I watched it. I said, okay, all right, Tom Clancy, you got your mobile game going. Okay. So Ubisoft apologized for imagery that could suggest Black Lives Matter is part of a terrorist group. How does that happen? Okay. Now, I don't know. Okay. But as I watched it back a second time, after reading some of this, I kind of felt a bit different. I kind of watched it in a different light. When I watched it, I actually was like, yes, it does sound like that. So what I'm trying to say is the politics making me think that, or am I thinking that watching it originally? So we're going to go deep here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play the clip. Now, what I'm going to do is play the clip. I'm not going to say anything. But what I will tell you is just this. Ubisoft had to apologize for this. They apologized for the imagery that could have suggested that Black Lives Matter was part of a terrorist group. Okay. Tom Clancy's Elite Squad, that's a mobile game, if you guys don't know, had moments during the opening cinematic that some say plays on right-wing conspiracies about the Black Lives Matter movement. Now, I'm one that doesn't dive too deep into, like when I watch my games and play my games, I've seen a lot, If someone, I had someone actually ask me, how would you feel if there was a game where there was a white slave owner just having a bunch of black people pick cotton? And you know what? It made me feel different. I actually thought about like, damn, I actually don't like that. But at the same time, if I wanted to combat that, I could just make a game of some African god killing a bunch of European people. It doesn't matter, because you can use, to me, when you're using things that could possibly happen or events similar, inspired by true events or anything of the sort, it has to be taken for an art. We need to somehow not cut everything off, because soon censorship is going to be cutting me off from everything. I'm not going to be able to say what I want to say. And all I want to do is just talk. Okay, I'm just talking. This is nothing, everybody I'm around knows me and knows how I am. And you guys who've been on here know me. Okay, there's nothing big to say. But this is why I wanted to touch on this, because it's something that's, serious. But let's play the clip. I'm going to go ahead and play the clip, guys. So I want you guys to just, sit back, relax. Let me know how the sound is. If it's too loud or anything like that, you guys can tell me to turn it down.
The world is in an alarming state. Wars, corruption, and poverty have made it more
unstable. Can you guys hear it okay? Sound okay?
As the situation keeps worsening, anger is brewing.
I'm not hearing that.
From between the cracks, a new threat has emerged to take advantage of escalating civil unrest. They are known as Umbra, a faceless organization that wants to build a new world order. They claim to promote an egalitarian utopia to gain popular support. While behind the scenes, Umbra organizes deadly terrorist attacks to generate even more chaos and weaken governments, at the cost of many innocent lives. Simultaneously, they have been hacking social media to discredit world leaders and rally people to their cause. Under immense pressure, world leaders have come together to authorize a new international cross-agency unit designed to combat Umbra. It is clear, playing by the rules will not win this fight. The leader of this unconventional squad will need to recruit elite soldiers from every corner of the world, including the criminal underworld. As commander of this unprecedented squad, we need you to put an end to Umbra's campaign of chaos. Welcome to Tom Clancy's Elite Squad.
So there we go. Elite Squad. Not even going to hold you up anymore. You guys seen it, right? So, watching this clip, I watched it first time. I didn't catch none of that. Now, the second time I watched it back, I'm like, yo, they making it like a group of protesters. That's what it seems like. That's clear as day. Now, what's funny is I didn't think about that until I read this narrative. So I had to pose the question to you guys. Is it me? Or is it actually politics being derived through games trying to change the way we think? I think that Politics have been using games for a very long time. I do not expect it to change. It's the same way politics are used in movies, documentaries, music. There's so many other forms of media that politics are used in. I do not mind it. I am just want to say I don't mind it. I might be crazy. I might be weird. I might be different. But I don't mind it. Okay, because as soon as I start minding that, as soon as I start caring, as soon as I start, I don't want to hear that, I'm going to get censored. I want everybody to be able to speak their voice. Now, Ubisoft actually apologized for this because they felt the heat. The heat was on. The heat is on. The heat was on. Okay, they felt it. They knew they had to apologize. So, Ubisoft apologized for the imagery that could have suggested that Black Lives Matter is part of a terrorist group. Now, I actually want to get to some of the things that people thought about this, okay? They said that this video paints protest movements as fronts for an organization called UMPRA, which you guys seen UMPRA there, correct? Okay. So, let me come on screen here a little more. So, a terrorist network that wants to take over the world. So, UMPRA wants to take over the world, and they're actually using these protest movements to kind of fund their organization. So is it BLM? It's actually using these movements to fund something else? These are things that are actually believed. Is it true? I don't know. That's not the question we even posing today. But the question is, knowing that this would be in your game, if I told you, yo, it's not only going to have that, it's going to have your man Donald front and center, and he's going to be talking about, you know what, this is my country, I love it, and you guys love playing my game. You love it, damn it. Will you still get it? Will you say, I'm not going to get it just because it has maybe someone in political view that you don't feel? For me, I ain't been like that. I grew up as the old school gamer. You know what I did? I remember playing Wolfenstein. You know what I did in Wolfenstein? I was gunning down some Nazis. I didn't even know I was doing that. I didn't know at the time. I just was gunning them down. But I was subliminally being brainwashed. And to automatically just, bam, okay? But good thing I'm wise enough to know, okay, that don't mean this is really bad. I knew everything was a video game. I was clear from the beginning that everything I played was a video game. I've never taken anything from a video game as real. I can tell you guys, if you want to talk about political and y'all want to get crazy, I remember Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And a lot of you guys, they talking about, hey, San Andreas, they need to make a whole new remake and bring everything of that back because that's a classic. San Andreas was the classic of classics. I did everything gangster I wanted to do on San Andreas. You know what I got to do on San Andreas? I got to do something I never would do in real life. You know what that was? I got up with two random hoochies, okay, put them in a Cadillac. I rode up on a police officer. I stepped out, and I stood in front of the car. I jumped on his car, so he hops out. I said, what you want? Pop, pop, pop. Hit him with a 3-piece. He falls. I hop in the car. I pull up to my block where I live after knocking the cop out. I walk into my house. I go into my room. I said, let me get the camera. I got to go ahead and get this. I come back out. Next thing you know, the hoochies ran from my car all the way back to my hood. They was waiting for me when I came out the door. I had my homies out in the front. I stood on top of the police car. I had my homies surrounding me, two hoochies. I took a picture. That to me is what gaming is about. I don't care that I got to, okay, I'm not going out there knocking police officers out for real. I'm not going to do that for real. Hell, I'm a married man. Okay? I don't need no two hoochies. But in the game, I want two hoochies. Does that make sense? I don't want to kill anyone. But in Call of Duty, I'm trying to blow your damn head off. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm hoping I make sense on that. And speaking of, I don't even want to get into Call of Duty because if I start getting into Call of Duty is one of the games that has always pushed the envelope on politics. And I'm a Call of Duty fanboy, damn it. I'll say it. I've always been a fanboy, and they always push the issue. I ain't feeling that. I ain't feeling it. I'm going to keep it real. With the new Black Ops, Cold War, I ain't feeling that either. Okay, I ain't going to lie, the beginning was, you know what? I got a clip. I'm going to play that clip. How about that? Okay, because that was another one. A Call of Duty, they was talking about far right-wing conspiracy. I don't even care about conspiracies and all that. But it does seem like you're feeding off the energy of the country. And business, now you know how business is, especially in the United States of America, okay? It's about the dollar. And right now, if I can make the dollar with this, I'm going to make the dollar with this. So I'm kind of like, okay, I got to understand that. But at the same time, at this moment, to feed off politics in an election year with gaming and to put your game in that, sometimes you could suffer huge consequences doing that. But at the same time, maybe you support a certain party that you don't have to deal with that. You know, it's a lot of people have a bunch of different theories, but I'm gonna just go ahead and play the video. Let's get to the video. I ain't even gonna keep y'all held up. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, I think the video about to go. Okay, I think we're good. Sound good? Sound good?
Understand what's going on around you. You are in a state of war, and you have precious little time to save yourself. It's a slow process which we call active measures. The first stage being demoralization. It takes from 15 to 20 years to demoralize a nation. The next stage is destabilization. What matters is essentials: economy, foreign relations, defense systems. The next stage is crisis, with a violent change of power, structure, and economy, period of normalization. This is what will happen in the United States if you allow all these schmucks to put a big brother government in Washington, D.C., who will promise lots of things, never mind whether the promises are fulfillable or not. The time bomb is ticking. With every second, the disaster is coming closer and closer. The danger is real.
Now, y'all seen that. So, Call of Duty, Cold War. And y'all seen, I believe the guy, I'm not sure of his name, I can't even pronounce it, I'm not even going to try, but I believe, if I'm correct, he used to work for the KGB, I believe it is, okay, and then turned over to the United States. I don't get deep into that, that's in a whole nother ballgame. But nonetheless, as you're watching that trailer, I'm not going to lie, when I finished watching that, I wanted to shoot somebody's head off. I'm sorry. Those type, that's actual, like, if you going into the army, that's the type of stuff they play right before you about to go out to, you know, hey man, it's real life. Okay, you need to get out there and make sure you get a headshot. Okay, I'm going out there. So Call of Duty has been known to do that in their games. Those beginnings, those openings, those trailers, they so immersive that you just feel like, am I really at war? So imagine you're doing VR. Okay. What if you play in VR and you don't even realize that you're actually really somewhere? Tele-existence, somebody? Okay. All right. But nonetheless, I'm going to just say Call of Duty, this is to you. I like how you do that. You keep me entertained. But just be careful. You got a bunch of people out here who on an election year, they ain't rocking with a lot of that. And I don't want them hating on y'all. I've been a fanboy of your games from way back. I was playing every game, even when they said your game sucked. When you went back to World at War, I was there. Okay? I didn't leave you. I remember when you took over Medal of Honor. I was Medal of Honor for the longest, and then you came along. You took me away. So Call of Duty, just watch it. Okay? Watch it. So anyways, right now, anybody, if you want to call in, you can go ahead and call in. I do have some more to talk about this. So, as I was saying about Ubisoft, and I want to continue on that, but they said that protesters gain support and power, and then they use it for their own cause. And at one point, and this is we got a call. I got to take it. We're going to take it right now. Now I got you on. I see. Caller, who do I have on Nickmoses05 Podcast right now?
You got Joe Farinelli. What's going on, my brother?
Man, this is my man, Joe, the one and only. What is going on, Joe?
Hey. Okay, real quick, while I have this on top of my head, you were talking about politics in video games. I remember back in the day, they were trying to ban M-rated games like Grand Theft Auto and all those other type of games because it was too immersive and too real. Now it's acceptable now.
Now you're talking to him, and not only that, as you, I don't know if you remember, I'm not sure which Modern Warfare it was, but there was one where you were actually shooting down a bunch of innocent people in the middle of a mall. That was no problem. I mean, it got a little slack, it did, but as Grand Theft Auto, you was this gangster. They wanted to pull it off the shelves.
I know. I remember that back in the day, they were doing news articles on the news and everything. You bring up a great point. Now it's like it's kind of training people and brainwashing them to do, it's okay for you to do this or do this. You don't know what's going to happen in the future. They might make a game about whatever that's going to happen in real life basis. Like, let's train these kids and let's get them to join our secret society or whatever. You don't know.
And you know what? That's kind of what I was speaking on a little bit earlier with teleexistence and all that. But I'm going to ask, so Joe, if I had to say, do you mind politics being in your video games? Do you mind it?
I don't mind it because, it's kind of like, freedom of speech because we can't keep censoring everything. We keep censoring everything. We're not going to be able to talk about whatever we want to talk about. So that's cool with me. I don't care.
Yeah, and I'm the same way, man. I don't care what you put in there because I do have the choice to not buy it at all and not support it and not talk about it. So that's the way I feel. And if it becomes a popular game, there's been games that I honestly felt that, the topic wasn't all that good, or it might felt a little biased, but if I play it and it's a good game, I play it. You know what I mean?
There was one game that was actually worse than Grand Theft Auto, which nobody talks about anymore. For PS2, it was State of Emergency. I remember I was having such a hard time getting that game. Awesome game.
Yeah, awesome game. And I'm going to not only say that, there was another game on PlayStation 2 called The Guy Game. And I don't know, this was actually pulled off of shelves because there was a woman that was under the age of 18 actually on the game. So, it is something that it's like it's happened before. But I will say we are now getting to the point where, as you just seen, Ubisoft has said something. We got Call of Duty. It almost seems like games are feeding on the political year with releasing their games. How do you feel about that?
Well, no, it's horrible. It's, let people just be able to enjoy their games and not say, if you play this game, you're a Democrat, or you play this game, you're a Republican. Gaming is meant to bring people together and have a good time and just have fun, waste time.
Yeah, and I will be honest with you, Joe. That's truthfully what it's about. I can tell you I've been in many LAN parties back in the day. It didn't matter. It was all about your skill. We wasn't out here shouting. It really didn't matter nothing about race. But it seems like now, with the movements going on, with everything going on, I'm going to ask you this. So if you watch the first video with the Tom Clancy game, after watching that clip, did you feel like there were any biased tones towards a group of protesters in that?
I've never seen that trailer before until you actually played it. And my reaction to that, it feels like that's what's happening right now, with everything. I'm not a racist person, I just want to say that, but it just seems like it feels like it's happening right now. It's like almost like a VR, but in real life.
No,
it just seems that way.
I would be 100% honest with you. It does seem that way. Now, from my honest opinion, I watched it before I read that, and I didn't even think nothing of it. And I correct me if I'm wrong, anyone, but I believe Red Faction was another game that actually used the same fist. Okay, but it wasn't black. It was just colored. It was red. But they used the exact same fist, the same logo. So I've seen it in other games, but the first time I seen it, I didn't think nothing of it. Then I kind of read it, and when I watched it back the second time, it was almost like, damn, this is kind of very close to what's going on right now.
Yeah, with the Red Faction, I don't know. time, but I remember that was on the PS2, and I think it was a red background with a white fist on it. I could be wrong. I don't remember. But the logo seemed kind of similar.
Yeah, and it does seem similar. And my man Colorful Seal actually talked about Far Cry 5 and then was talking about, you know, how it made conservative Christmas look like cultists. People will also politicize concepts that aren't inherently political. So my man Colorful Seal dropping some knowledge on us right there. And I will say there is many games that we all know have touched political topics. Now,
well, yeah,
go ahead, Joe.
I'm sorry.
No,
not that so much. Like, I'm not trying to get off topic or anything, but it's the same way in anime with, you know, oh, this person looks underage. They shouldn't be in a mature situation like this. I think they want to, like, alter the media with video games and whatever you watch on TV, not just anime and video games, but kind of everything. Like, really, that's the stepping stone. Let's edit this, and freedom of speech. Then go on and go on and go on.
Yo, and you're preaching right now, man. I will say in anime, you know, there's a lot of things that can happen in anime that people take differently here. I've seen a lot of things in anime that here would be taken as, you know, it would be pedophilia, incest, but there it's, you know, they're not saying the age, they're not showing, but they have certain things, whereas the school uniform, which mentally for us, school uniforms, we automatically think underage here in the country, whereas
definitely, yes.
You know,
like middle school and high school, yes.
Yeah, and you know, for them it might be school uniforms just means young lady, you know, different concepts, different places. So, you know, and like I mentioned, that is something that kind of plays into this with the whole politics thing, but it don't stop us from watching our anime. I think we both still watch it.
Same thing. They're trying to ban anime and manga, mostly manga in Australia. Like, they'll bring to the legislation like the most goriest, hardcore manga. Oh, here, look at this and look at this and look at this, like feeding them, you know, bad stuff, but you don't go on this. You know, it's just, let's show you all the negatives in life, but never show you any positives.
Nah, you are preaching right now, Joe.
You have growing experiences from video games, anime, manga, TV shows. You know, for instance, I was never into, you know, blues music and jazz music until I watched Cowboy Bebop, and I really love the type of music because it introduced me to something which I never looked at.
Nah, that's keeping it so honest. And I'm gonna tell you, first anime I ever watched was Ninja Scrolls, and if anybody knows Ninja Scrolls, oh wow, okay, my introduction was wow. And then I went on to Crying Freeman, a guy who cries every time he killed someone. I went to very weird stuff, but nonetheless entertaining. I knew it was just a show. I wasn't, you know, saying, oh, it's crossing the lines because he's assassinating these people. The first thing I thought was he was emotional to it. That actually meant more to me. It was something deeper within the message, and I think that's what they're capturing on a lot of these.
Well, yeah, they're trying to like broadcast it now, because back in the day when we were, you know, in our teens, this was really bad to do. Oh, you're corrupting the minds, but you didn't corrupt our minds. You're corrupting the millennials, which is 20 and under. You know, we're kind of like, I think, Gen X, which is over 30. That kind of,
yeah, you're right.
I don't know, something like that. But it's a whole different mindset and a whole different ball of wax.
It is a whole different mindset from those others. But I'm gonna say, Joe, I had a call. So callers, I had a couple calls. Joe, my man, as we always like to do, and we wrap it on here as normal. But Joe, anything you want to say to the people before we let off?
Take care of each other, love each other, subscribe to Nickmoses05, and see you next time.
My man, Joe, you know we're going to be talking, man. I'm going to holler at you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Later. So my man, Joe, and I did see another call. I've seen a couple other callers there. I'm sorry I missed your call. I'm on there rapping with my man, Joe. Okay, if you call back, I'm going to try to get to you right now. Okay, my bad. Okay, but he's preaching right now, and you see where we going, because the politics in gaming. Now, we got the call, so hold on. We're going to go ahead and take it, okay? Nickmoses05 Podcast. Who do I have on the line?
You got R Dino. What's up, man?
Oh, shoot. My man, R Dino. What is going on with it, my man?
Nothing. I just started watching your podcast, and I see this politics thing going on for these games and stuff. I kind of want to, talk about it.
Yeah, let's go ahead. So, let me ask you. So, I'm going to first ask, do you mind politics being in video games?
No, I do not, because it's all over the place now. In the world, everywhere. Movies, anything. It's all over the place. I mean, you like you were just showing the video for Cold War, or
no, you got it.
Yeah, like GTA, everything. I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, like kids back in the day were playing GTA, and back in the day, politics weren't really that much in video games. They were there, but not as bad as is now. It's not that it's bad. It's actually better than, what it used to be. I mean, you have violence in games. You're always going to have violence in video games with these first-person shooter games and stuff. I mean, but if you look at the Call of Duty games, those are first-person games, but what are they? They're war games. Okay, so what did we do back in the like we had World War I, we had World War II, we had Vietnam, all bad wars. We all pretty much almost lost all those wars.
Our Dino, you on fire, man. You on fire right now, man. Talk to them. All them games, man.
Look at your GTA games. The reason why they were going to be pulled off the shelf, not because of politics, but because of the violence in the games, shooting cops, shooting the humans, because you got those codes. Don't you remember those codes where you did the up, down, down, whatever it was?
You got all the guns and everything right there. Oh yeah, man, you talking to them.
You were using the phone to get all those guns and the weapons and stuff. That's what I mean. It wasn't so much back in the day was politics for video games. It just got to the point where now you got more politics because that's what's going on in the world today. Look at our world today. COVID. What happened with COVID? They got protesters. What happened with that? They're getting in trouble. Look what that one kid did in Wisconsin. He wasn't like he was protesting, but look what he did. He shot 2 people that were protesters. So I mean, that's the world
now
today.
Let me ask this. Now I'm gonna got you since you on fire. Now I gotta bring it to you. You're on fire today. So let me ask you now, being that you, as you said, the whole thing happened with the shooting and the protesters. What if there was a video game that put a scene that was reenacted similar to that, and you did not like that? Would you mind that being in a game, or would you say that's unacceptable? Something like that should not be put in a game, even if it's based off in a true event.
Let me tell you this. What game is not based off of true events if you look at it today? Like your Call of Duty games. Those are all war games. Those are based on the wars and stuff like that. Now, if a scene was reenacted in a new GTA, and that scene was a protesting scene where they broke into or looted into a store, I wouldn't mind it, because what's going on today? Same thing that's going on in the world today. So why should we mind what the video games are today? Because those people that make those video games are still going to put it out or whatever like that. It's just showing us, this is what's going on in the world today. It's not going to be any different. If anything, it's going to get worse.
So let me ask. So now I'm going to go ahead. So with that, now, Donna, I'm going to go a little bit off there because we on fire right now. But I'm going to ask. So as you see that, so there was a video I showed earlier about, a guy sitting down using a VR. I don't know if you caught that. But
with the robots.
Yeah,
with the robots.
So let me ask you, as a man who's out here, I'm not sure if you know what you're doing, but what you're doing out there as you're working, let me ask you, how would you feel about those robots being placed in convenience stores around the United States?
Okay, you want to know something? Okay, where I work, we got a lot of robots. They do automation, okay? They make parts for us so we can get the parts and stuff like that. There's some soldering that they do for us on the cars and stuff that we can't do for humans, If you saw robots at a grocery store, or you saw robots at a bank giving you your money, it's going to happen. It's going to happen eventually. I mean, I'm just going to tell you this right now. It's not because it's all in movies. It's going to happen no matter what. Look at the kiosks that we go to today to type in stuff that we want to do, like, to get gift cards or whatever like that. Look what's happening with that. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Back to the Future with Marty McFly going into the bar, and he wanted he wanted to get like some pop or whatever like that. What was it that gave him the pop? It was a robotic thing that threw the pop right to him. So I mean, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's just gonna be time, because I feel like this.
Talk to him.
Probably, I would say a good maybe 5, maybe to 8 years, you will see those robots in grocery stores. You'll see those robots in different places, because not only is it because people are losing their jobs, it's because it's easier to train a robot than it is a human.
Talk to them. Yes. Now, I'm going to say this. Now, I'm one that definitely enjoys the self-checkout. That's something that, you know, they've added into stores where you just use the machine yourself. They said, hey, it's no point of having a cashier there when I can just simply have a scale, and they put their items on the scale and to make sure it weighs up. It knows the weight of every item. It estimates it. And this can all be done with no one there. So now I could service 7 to 8 people in one area where there's no cashiers there. So you're hitting to them. You're hitting to them. Now, our Dino,
robots are smart. Robots are smart, so they don't need a lot of learning. So they do, because what happens is these engineers program these robots to keep doing exactly what they got to do every single day. Like over at my work, that's what they do. They're trained to do the same job every single day.
And that's the same thing. So, Dino, let me ask this. So, well, I want to get back to politics. He was on fire. We was on fire there.
Yes.
So my man Colorful Seal, I see him types of things. So let me ask, as far as any video game, do you feel like over sexualizing women in these video games, do you feel like that is something that is a political issue? And if so, do you feel like that's something you don't mind in your games, or you don't care?
Well, look at GTA, as a matter of fact. You know, they got the hookers in there. They've got prostitution in there. They've got the women in there with skimpy clothing and stuff like that. And the kids don't really care about that. All they care about is doing the driving, going around shooting people and everything else like that. And that's basically what the world is today, right now. I mean, you look at the video games that we play today. I mean, I'm not talking about the role-playing games. I'm not talking about your Japanese animation like the movie Akira. If anybody ever seen that movie, Akira, that movie's a kick-ass movie. That's got a lot of politics in there. If you ever pay attention to that movie, it's got a lot of politics in there.
Classic.
You know, like you were saying, your Ghost in the Shell, that's another one. But to get back on the video game, I don't think that video games should be banned off shelves for politics and violence, because what are we in today? We're in that same environment today. Anywhere you go, it doesn't matter if we're in Chicago, it doesn't matter if we're in Texas. It's happening all over the place.
It's all the same thing. Yo, our Dino, you on fire today, my man. I had somebody else call. So, yo, my man, before I let you off, our Dino, you got the floor, man. Tell the people what you want to tell them.
Hey, man, anybody that is new, that is just getting into his channel or whatever like that, please, by all means, get into his live chat. I always see 7 or 8 people in this chat. You have, 2,130 people. These people, I would love to see more people in your chat. But by all means, these new people, get in his videos and everything else like that, because his videos are the bomb.
Talking nasty to him. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. And you know what, man, our Dino, definitely more people will be jumping in, and share the content out, everyone. Y'all hear that? Our Dino is putting it out there. So my man, our Dino, I appreciate it. We about to get my time up, man. So
yes,
we gonna holler later, my man. You on fire today. I'm gonna holler at you later, my man.
Yep. All right. Bye-bye.
Later. Yeah, so my man R Dino on fire today. We on fire. Callers is on fire today. Oh Jesus is killing it right now. But if y'all want to call now, I did miss another call. My apologies. I try to get to him, but we be going on. My man was on fire. Okay. Now, do you honestly feel that? I think I kind of agree with what he talking about. I do kind of feel like every video game is dealing with some sort of politics in it. You can't dodge it for every game. You can't make every game a fantasy game, because eventually you're going to run into some sort of fantasy situation that is very similar to a real one. Talk to me nice. Anyway, y'all, we at about an hour, man. Y'all know how I do. I can't do these over an hour. I really can. But the reason I'm not to, because I got things I gotta do. Okay. And the hour shows go on the podcast. Definitely check me out. Apple, Spotify, everywhere there. I will be sharing out Facebook clips. Anybody that is tuning in from Facebook now, just know that I will actually be removing the full podcast show from the Facebook page about a day or two after it's uploaded. That way you can watch me on YouTube. Give your boy the watch time. Mess with me. You know what I'm saying? Give me the watch time. I don't get that watch time for Facebook right now. So I'm just putting it out there for y'all right now. So y'all got to mess with your boy back and give me the watch time on YouTube. But other than that, I appreciate y'all coming in there. I see some new ones. And my man, Colorful Seal, I seen you before, my man. This is the same guy, everybody, that I beat. When I told y'all the story, I actually beat him with a controller. He had a keyboard and mouse. I whooped him 0 to 15. My man is here to witness and tell y'all the truth about that. It's your boy Nickmoses05 with my man Colorful Seal, and I'm out. Colorful Seal, you my dog, man. You know I'm playing with you, but I did whip you.